This video is intended for audiences who are 13 and over. If you are not 13 and over, please fuck off and tell your parents to moderate what you watch online.
William, hey.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm eating steak.
Okay, thanks for mentioning.
Listen, I'm gonna say it again. I'm all meated out. I do not need any more meat talk. I might have a full cork in my body at this point.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Hey, Tariq, well, here's the good thing about meat, alright? There was barely any meat in this episode because it was just flashback. This was just a clip show, apparently.
It was half of it, like a flashback.
This was a chicken nugget, not a chicken wing.
Yeah.
It was all bread and no meat.
Yeah, I was amazed this was primarily a clip show because they normally don't do that in main episodes.
I was pretty surprised about that too because I was trying to think of when was the last time there was a clip episode even.
Yeah, like in terms of so of course, like always, for the audience this is part of our weekly unnamed discussion series where I, Austin, a person with years of knowledge about Kamen Rider tokusatsu, and joined by my friend William. That's you, William. William. And my friend with no knowledge of tokusatsu, as we were joined by our friend Tariq, right?
Yeah.
As we discussed the latest Kamen Rider season, Kamen Rider Saber. This is episode 28, writing the past, drawing the future. That's the Wikipedia's name of this episode. That's
I feel like we should have. I feel like that should have been more of a giveaway that was going to happen. Like the title was "Writing the Past" or fucking "Drawing the Past, Writing the Future," whatever that bullshit. We should have realized that was going to be a fucking filler. There's just going to be them going over the past, all the old shit.
Yeah. So back to what I was saying. They normally don't do this in mainline Kamen Rider episodes. All right.
So this is just an exception to the rule.
Yeah, like the last time, the last time I remember that they did a clip show was with Kamen Rider 01, right?
What that was...
But that was
because of
COVID.
Corona.
Yeah. So Kira Major did the exact same thing, where we had that 4 weeks of weird clip shows, right?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, but even though we were only like 10 episodes in, and they decided let's do a clip show 10 episodes in, what's the worst that can happen?
Yeah,
right?
Well, you know what happened.
Just in case to get the audience to forgot what happened in 10 episodes, right? It's like Kamen Rider 01 did that, but that was because of COVID. Right? And they're like, oh boy, we don't know. But the problem is they did their clip show at the beginning of like worldwide lockdown, right? Yeah, so for like 4 weeks we just had like Kamen Rider clip shows that they just did. Right, and that's how they used to introduce the director's OC. That's how they literally used those clip shows to introduce an OC character in, because the opening director put its OC character in, and they were forced to retcon her into the series.
Oh my god! So that's how it happened.
Yeah, it was pretty fucking bad because they had no plans to actually introduce the character in the main series. So like, oh fuck,
yeah,
we have this.
What's the opposite of is ass?
Jesus, man.
It's really fucking bad. It's really fucking funny and really bad how they introduced this character, right? Because I think we already discussed about this. How in Kamen Rider 01,
shows the fuck up. Yeah.
Because in the opening, right, they had a different guy direct the opening than the main series, right? So when the guy who did the opening was like, hey, I'm gonna put in a joke, right? So the character of Is, her name is literally Is as in Is, right?
No, it's IZU.
Okay, no, that's the stupid fucking weeb way of spelling it, because the Kamen Rider Wiki is full of shit. Here's the worst part. The character is officially spelled Is, and in promotional material, her name is written as Is, right? But the Kamen Rider Wiki, and every other fucking idiot, still try to write her name as Izu, as IZU, like, right? Which is the worst fucking thing, because they're a bunch of idiots, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So anyway, the opening of Kamen Rider 01, right, has Is. So Is, as a character, has short hair, right? She just randomly has short hair, okay? But in the opening, he put this character of Is, right, the actress that plays Is, with long hair, and people are like, ooh boy, what's up with that? What's up with this long hair version of Is, right?
Yeah, there must be a reason. Tell me the reason.
And it was just no. And then it turns out the director was like, "Ah, fuck! I'm just gonna put my OC into the opening and call it a day."
Yeah. And then they're like, "Well, And then they're like, "Yeah, I mean, I guess we can make her the narrator for the filler recap arc." And they were like, "I guess." And they're like, "What if she was related to the final villain?" They're like, "I guess." It's like, what if we just use the same
garbage?
Yeah.
That's how garbage the Kamen Rider Wiki is, by the way. Look at that.
Officially spelled is
officially spelled. Why do you need to put that if it's officially spelled? You don't need the first fucking part, you idiot. We're fucking writing an article that you don't know how to present official information.
Are you okay, Austin? You sound pretty. You seem pretty fired up over this topic.
I mean, it's been. I literally pointed it out just to fucking poke the bear because it's so fucking funny. It's so
fucking. Look, that's like saying, look, hey, yo, look. It's like saying, William, hey, coronavirus isn't real, all right? But here's the facts, right?
No, it'd be like if they spelled if Calibur's name was spelled Calibaru. You know, it's just that fucking English shit, and it's just like
it's that kind of thing.
Yeah, it's pretty fucking bad. I hate that shit. Like Toei and Bandai has officially come out and said, "Hey, you dumb fucking Westerner. Here's how the fuck you spell is. Stop using Izu, you fucking idiots."
Yeah, and and everybody collectively has said, "I know better than you, Japanese man."
Yeah.
No.
What?
Sounds wonderful enough, doesn't it?
Yeah. Fuck the Kamen Rider Wiki is what I'm trying to fucking say. Yeah. Bunch of fucking idiots.
Shots fired.
Oh yeah.
But not at the wiki because listen, things are bad enough in America.
No, God, okay. That did remind me. Didn't you try to become a moderator of some like subreddit or whatever fucking wiki before, Austin?
I do that on a lot of places. I try to. Well, some would say I try to insurgent myself into cases of power to put my ideals. All right.
Do you mean insurrect yourself?
Fucking. I don't. How do we keep going back to this? How?
Listen.
January 6th, William. Never forget.
Never forget.
Oh my god. Okay. Are we done now? We're over this, yeah?
I think so. Probably.
Welcome back to the clip show, where now we're what, 30 episodes, almost 30 episodes
28 episodes. We're on the 28th episode.
Yeah, 20 episodes in, and we still don't know the plot. And we have to explain the plot.
No,
hey, to be fair, that helped. It helped.
Yeah, it did honestly help. It cleared some stuff
up. There was a lot of things that were explained in this one that just honestly it was like, yeah, we don't know the answer to that. Why the fuck don't we know the answer to that yet? And like, and of course, continued MVP of the show, fucking Yuri shows up and literally says, "I'll take it from here."
Dude, Yuri's great. He can do no wrong.
And just goes, "Hey, here's all of the plot."
Yeah, pretty much. But it literally does clear up some stuff, like about the whole books.
But it's pretty bad that they had to have an episode dedicated to this, right?
Yeah.
If you think about it.
No,
we had to have the ancient sword spirit, ancient sword man to be like, okay, here's the plot that I technically did not exist for like the first 15 episodes of to explain. But since episode, that I had to come in and explain about.
Yeah, but it's okay. So what did you guys get a lot of the stuff that they explained in here before this happened, or what?
So the whole thing basically starts as like a clip show, right? And the thing that's, I guess, there's a lot of things that just kind of get glossed over as like, oh yeah, this has just been how things are going. Like, I don't know. I guess the whole thing with Charybdis is weird, and like the alt, like we'd had the whole thing about the books kind of explained before, about the fact that they were separated so that it couldn't be brought back. I don't feel like it was ever fully explained that that they were the pages,
yeah.
Like they belong
that
to the.
felt like new.
The fact that they belong to
definitely
the big old book that they're trying to stop forming.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was never really made clear until like they said it here. You're like, oh,
Yeah.
that makes sense why you're taking the books.
It turns out this entire time we've been trying to gather the Dragon Balls. All right, that's what it was.
Yeah. Once again, the story of Kamen Rider is get all the Dragon Balls.
Yeah, it really is at this point. But yeah, it's like, oh well, actually, we'll get to the theory crafting later. I suppose we should just talk about like what happened with this shit. I mean, aside from the fact that they just kind of talk over like, oh yeah, this happened. There is some of that interesting stuff about like, how do you pronounce it again? Charybdis or whatever the fuck.
Charybdis. And I only like kind of know this because of what is it? Fucking reincarnated as a slime. Because there's a fucking monster that he kills that's the Charybdis.
Oh, right, yeah. There is that interesting thing where it's like, oh, the Charybdis can, talk and is like, I guess.
Oh yeah, Charybdis being able to talk all of a sudden is fucking terrifying.
Yeah. Also with the way his
like,
mouth is, it's just like, oh god, this is not.
Yeah,
okay.
if you could just not that like ever again, that would be great.
Also, they've apparently been collecting books in the background, so they've been killing people and shit.
Oh yeah, well we knew that because they were like, yeah, not all the books.
That was the episode. That was the episode with the model kit guy. Remember?
Yeah.
How we had how we had Zuos doing fucking backflips up to a random guy.
Yeah,
for some reason.
up to like cops and shit, just being like, you get a book, everybody gets a book.
Oh, right. I strangely don't remember that. I'll be honest with you. I don't strangely...
Neither do the people that Zuos killed.
Yeah. But you think with that many books, like, May would be, like, seeing a whole bunch of this shit, with, like... Because they had to turn into Megados in order to get the books in the first place.
Well, yeah, you'd think, but there's only so many Kamen Riders, and they've all been fighting each other, so, They've been a little bit distracted. It's almost like infighting amongst yourselves is unproductive for getting things done. Congress.
God damn it! How did we bring them back here? God damn it!
Wait. You can say that fantasy is rooted in reality, all right?
Okay, sure. I'm tired. I'm so tired.
You could say, is Yuri a real boy, or is this just fantasy?
I don't like this. We don't need to bring the songs into this, okay? But,
Little high, little low.
Also, the random reveal that Reika has a brother.
Oh,
who's not going to become relevant.
There's a lot of random reveals this episode.
There really is.
It was something where I started watching it, and then I went, maybe I don't have to watch this week's episode. And then it kept doing that thing that some shows do, where it's like, oh, fuck, shit is actually happening in the middle of these... shit is actually being revealed in the middle of these goddamn...
of these clip shows where they actually insert plot details.
Yeah, because they show the exact 12 books, I guess, that they need for the tome of... the omniscient tome or whatever. And it's like, oh, okay, well, that's actually... that is kind of important. And I'm glad that I now feel like I know this, but... why is that only just now being shown? I feel like I just feel like that should have been done before. Like, I feel like we should have gone over this before. Oh, the other thing that gets revealed, we finally know how the fuck Toma made some goddamn money. He got his best-selling book, and it's all about his. Hey, here's my pseudo-autobiography about being an amnesiac.
I mean, to be fair, is it really a pseudo-autobiography? He just doesn't know about it.
He literally says it's about my experience, and I wrote this book.
I mean, he didn't know beforehand, but now he
that
does.
It was real. That he was really. That's.
I mean,
I find that to be like, yeah, but he knew that he was not working with a full deck.
Yeah, that's actually very true too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But,
so I mean, like, yeah, but he wrote a book called Lost Memory, and it's like, oh, this is pretty good. I don't know what the sequel's gonna be called. Shit, I got my memories back. Yeah. Friendship. the friendship is magic. I don't know shit.
How we learn to reconcile after an insurrection.
Yeah.
God, stop! Stop! Oh my god. Anyway.
Okay, so yeah, so a lot of stuff gets revealed. Going on about first there's Thomas lost memory. Then Reika having an older brother. That's fucking weird. Thought it was just gonna be another guy, but straight up, I was like, all right, guess they're connected.
Yeah, gotta have some of that Oni-chan energy, that big Oni-chan energy.
It's not Oni-chan. It's Oni-sama.
Daddy, big brother. Ooh, what are you doing, big brother?
Oh my god. It's the Oni-sama.
Are you gonna Kamen Ride me?
Stop! Oh my god. It's like, so show me that saber of yours. Okay, now we're done.
Yeah.
But
he's got a pretty big sword. He's got a pretty big sword.
I didn't mean for the jokes to continue. It was just too easy.
What joke? I'm just describing the character.
By the way,
His sword is
pretty long.
And you might even say that it's a grower, not a shower.
I hurt myself doing this. I know. But
yeah, so
so it just kind of came to mind though, like in the whole section of reveals when so yeah, Toma basically as a kid was just sitting at that tree or whatever the fuck, right? And then Luna comes in out of nowhere like, hey, I have this book here, and it's the Wonder Story shit. It just came to mind that I'm like, is that either part of the books that was separated, or is that just where she resides herself? Is that where she was hidden away?
Well, no, she's definitely residing in hell. Like any good child in Kamen Rider, she's in hell.
Jesus Christ.
But no, I mean, I think it's just the general story of. I feel like the Wonder Story is like the shell, or like the cover to the Tome of Omniscience, or the Omniscient Tome. Mm-hmm. Like, it's a part of it, but it's only the part that like this. It's like a roadmap or something. Like, it's not really supposed to do anything other than to tell you how shit works.
I mean, I guess? I don't know, because the thing is, I keep remembering the whole bit where, whenever he was kind of fucking, like, you had Toma, like, during the whole, what was it called? The Primeval Dragon arc, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Primitive Dragon.
Yeah, the Primitive, Primitive, yeah, okay. So, with Primitive Dragon, whenever he's, like, sleeping with that fucking book, it would just shine, and then, like, things would happen.
Then fly off and go, insert itself into Toma's belt.
Yeah, it's just
hashtag Toma 2.
No, yeah, but the Wonder Story book would just glow, and I'm just like, I'm still trying to wonder what that book,
You're wondering what that book?
Yeah, that was just my kind of very temporary
You're just gonna ignore my.
Yeah, I know.
Look. Okay,
right.
If I keep getting into it, you're gonna find some way to bring it back to Congress, and I don't want to do that. Okay.
Why did you bring it back to Congress?
No,
I wasn't talking anything about Biden's infrastructure plans and
you brought this
and the filibuster.
Okay, no, we're done. Let's go to the actual stuff that's happening where Disaster comes in and is like, "Oh, I smell something interesting."
Oh yeah, that's the best part.
Hold on, Disaster does show up, but I want to talk about the fact that they actually finally explain what the fuck the Alter Ride books are. Mm-hmm. Because okay, we got. Like, we knew that they were making them. We understood that. But it was like, okay, but how are they making them? And why? And, like, what's the point of literally any of this fucking shit? And it's like, oh, they're just basically trying to make a backdoor to building the book. And they're doing it by making their own books that are evil. They even explain the fucking, the teleportation of, like, the city and stuff. Where they're like, yeah, the first way that they started doing it was just take a whole fucking book, like, city blocks, and then they just started shoving them in people. And it's like, okay, cool. That's thanks for explaining this. 28 episodes. We are more than halfway through with what this show should be, and it's like, cool. Glad that we can finally fucking explain what the fuck is happening. And I just, it's one of those things where it's like, I'm kind of satisfied with their explanation, but I'm really frustrated by the fact that it took this fucking long to give it.
Right.
And it's just like, it really
There's
wasn't...
been no natural progression of the story.
And there was really...
They just keep introducing stuff.
Yeah, and there was really no reason that I can think of for them to wait this long to do it. It's just that they kept fucking, like, shoveling shit in, like a steam train going full speed, that they were like... That they decided, oh shit, we probably should have stopped and explained what the fuck we were doing halfway through this. Oops! And then they just fucking shoved it into this fucking recap episode, but...
Yeah?
Like, the only way that they could slow down the story enough to stop and explain things was to literally stop things from happening and go, hey, here's everything that's happened before, here's why they happened, here's sort of how they happened, just in case anybody has missed it, because we've been kind of just skimming over shit.
Yeah, it's just, it's like, you figure this would have been told quite easily within the story, but they just had to do it through, like, the fucking...
It's even if you think about when Yuri showed up, because Yuri's been around since, what, like, episode 15 or something? 17?
Yeah,
and it's like, you'd have thought that Yuri, like, this would have been one of the first fucking things that Yuri said. No.
Yeah.
No, he's just blah, blah, blah. You think this would have been, hey, Sophia, maybe she should fucking explain some shit.
Yeah, but
it turns out
she's been gone.
She's been taking...
She's gone.
No,
she's
busy getting fucking, just bad touched by Master Logos in the closet.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's very accurate. Also, I'm like, what is going on with her? What is going on? It's like she's gone
She's
for like
trapped
so
in a
long.
closet. She's living the R. Kelly story.
Like, I don't...
The worst part is...
Oh, God, I just heard what you said.
Logos as an organization just keeps getting worse. Right? It just keeps getting worse, right? Because we introduced... Did you know they introduced more characters this episode?
Yeah.
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 Yeah. Hey, it turns out, like Metal Gear, right? Behind every Splinter Cell organization, every Shadow organization, there's a Shadow organization behind the Shadow organization.
Yeah, that's accurate, alright.
I don't know why we need these sages. What is the point of these sages?
They literally come out of nowhere. I'm like, what are these guys?
I was like, oh, cool. The true enemy finally shows themselves.
We had two true, quote unquote, true enemies. We don't need a third true enemy now.
This just reminds me. So I recently watched the movie Game Night with Jason Bateman and Rachel McAdams. Where the whole plot
good movie.
Yeah, it was a weird movie, but there's like three fucking moments where it's like, haha, it was all, then that's a real game night, and then it's like, haha, no, wait, shit, this is still real. Haha, oh wait, no, shit, this is still real. And it's like, okay, I get the joke, but this is literally like, okay, but this is the real secret organization. Listen, we're on episode 28. I think the real secret organization is still not the real secret organization. I think Tassel's gonna show up and murder the fucking sages. Or if... I think the sages are already dead. Honestly, I think the sages are supposed to already be dead.
I mean, yeah, they came in out of nowhere. I don't see what they're gonna do with these characters except for maybe kill them off and
introduce. Do you think they're gonna do the One Punch Man route of they introduce mysterious character just for them to die next
to
chapter?
Be honest, with how little time we have to, like, these characters just got in, and unless they're gonna do some big shit right now in the next episode.
There's only 11 episodes. Around 11 episodes. Hold on. Wait, are we 11? No, what are we? Oh, no,
there's like 12.
There's 12.
There's 12 to 20. No, there's 22 to 21 episodes left.
Okay, never mind. Yeah. We still have 20. We still have 20 episodes left. Okay, never mind. We still have time to explain.
Okay, so I guess we do, but like even then, it's kind of really late.
It's still pretty fucking bad how they just introduce like these weird, like the divine stages. These characters who have no prior introduction or even hinting, right? I would have been fine with these sages if they hinted at these sages since the beginning.
Like,
but no, they just straight up said, "Oh no, yeah, by the way, did you guys know about?"
To be fair, pulling that shit at episode 20 is better than fucking goddamn Darling in the Franxx, where they pulled that shit with 4 episodes left on the clock.
Oh god, yeah, that was a whole shit show, and that was a fucking mess.
Yeah.
God.
But yeah, it's really fucking weird how they decide to introduce these divine sages for no reason. Because we, as SSP, we clearly established that Master of Logos is the master of logos, right?
Yeah,
Master. And he answers to 4 bloody sages who apparently decide everything. So what's going on?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, even though he's clearly batshit crazy, and again, still looks like a fucking, like, emaciated Jack White. Like, he still looks like fucking, like, he just looks like a... Everybody in Logos, every man in Logos, even when, Reika's, fucking Oni-chan shows up, all of these dudes look like they need a fucking sandwich. Like, they got Skeletor faces, like, their bone structure's weird.
They just seem like the way I imagine they reminded me of the Mentors from Harry Potter. That was the vibe I got.
Yeah, they just got really sunken cheeks. Like I don't know, maybe you splurged too much on the fucking sconces for your lighting fixtures and stuff. But like
Tariq,
maybe you should install the cafeteria.
Spray, all right? Just put all that money to bear spray and some flags, maybe some red hats with some words on it.
There is a lot of red in their outfits if you think about it.
Oh, they're getting dangerously close.
Yeah, and they do have hoods.
Oh, by the way, real quick, before we go to, I do like one thing this episode explained is why the fuck no one has been going after Toma this entire time, and the fact that they were aware of the fact that Toma's only. Oh yeah,
they were like, no. Yeah, they were like, listen, we need to let him just. We gotta let him ripen. We gotta let that fruit get ripe. We gotta pluck it when it's nice and juicy. We gotta get it. All firm and make sure we can really get a good bite out of it and get all of its worth out of it.
Yeah, but I'm really glad it finally answered the fact of why Logos has been dealing. Because I just thought this organization.
Yeah, we've been screaming like, just go to his fucking house.
Yeah,
he's only in 3 locations in this because this series can only afford 3 set pieces.
COVID can only afford 3 set pieces.
I'm just like surprised they took this long to kind of explain it. Like you could have literally you could have just had a scene where like Reika's like, so why don't we go after him? He's like, nah. I mean, like in
this whole episode could be described as, why didn't this happen sooner?
Yeah, basically.
Every non-flashback scene could have been inserted into any previous episode up until this point.
But it didn't.
Yeah. We've been too busy focusing on the breakup arc, all right?
Yeah,
we haven't gotten the band back together. We just slowly started getting the band back together.
Yeah, let's stop focusing on the past and start focusing on the future. And the future is now, and the future is sad, according to Kento. So Kento goes and fucking just beats the shit out of his little his little fucking puppy boy. Like,
oh my god. No,
Ren is literally like just a dog, like a puppy in heat. He's like jumping on his back and like trying to hug him, and like if you were to ever to represent Ren and Kento's relationship, it would just be someone with a dog humping their leg and them passively trying to like shake it off until Kento in his current form as Caliber is just like, I'm actively going to kick this dog off of my leg.
Hey, wait, here's a better pop. It's almost as if Kento is Pepe Le Pew and
no,
Ren is Pepe Le Pew.
Ren is Pepe Le Pew, and Kento is Warner Brothers.
Oh my god!
No. Hey, where's Pepe Le Pew in Space Jam 2?
Oh my
He's
god!
Out there with not Jeffrey Epstein. He killed himself. I was gonna say Harvey Weinstein. He hasn't killed himself yet.
Oh my god!
That we know of.
Yeah.
He could have been replaced with
a body double.
Weinstein since January 6th. What's Harvey Weinstein up to?
Yeah.
I don't know. pretending to be.
I think he's still petitioning to get released on bail so that he doesn't catch the Rona in jail.
I mean, all I remember is the fact that he like fucking came in with like a fucking those things that the elderly used to walk, so he could
walker.
Yeah, he came.
Yeah, you know those things the elderly used to walk. A walker.
Well, I didn't. I thought. I mean, I was thinking.
There's also a cane.
Yeah.
Crutches. A fucking motor scooter.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I forgot to use this. No, but yeah, it's just like he came in with a goddamn walker just trying to, like, using it as a ploy to get sympathy from the fucking jury and shit. I just remember that thing.
Yeah, that's kind of, that sounds like Harvey Weinstein to me.
That was Harvey Weinstein.
Yeah.
Yes. Wait, are you saying Harvey Weinstein was trying to use his position to undermine people to his advantage?
Are you trying to tell me that Harvey Weinstein, known manipulator of emotions, tried to manipulate the emotions of his jury?
God damn it.
Yeah, you set yourself up for that, William.
Okay, you know
he set himself up for. Hey, you set yourself up for that, William. Just like what Harvey Weinstein told his. Like what Harvey Weinstein told his victims.
How about the Jesus fuck? Oh god, that took a dark turn. How about the disaster?
Oh yeah, Disaster's just lurking in the corner, like watching it, just like Louis C.K.
He's literally there to be like, "Hey, remember me? All right, bye."
Yeah,
it's like the funniest thing. I'm not gonna lie. It's like how we've been shitposting about Disaster like these last 3 episodes. Like, hey, where the fuck's Disaster? And he literally just showed up.
He literally showed up just to be like the 911 calls to show. Like, he's like, "Hey, yo, cops, this kid's getting his ass beat. You want to come watch?"
It's just funny how Disaster shows up.
Like Disaster showing up is like is just some like it's just some supervillain showing up to watch like 2 thugs rob an old lady, just so that like Batman shows up to like stop it. It's like, I know he'll show up for me, but I really want to see him react to this shit going on. Like,
God, man.
And then he just fucking dips. He's like, nah, I don't need to be here anymore. My job here is done.
Yeah, he just watches.
He's like the guy who was Scream World Star just to be.
Yeah, no, actually, yeah.
It is. It's just so fucking funny. God, I really hope the Zaz character lasts us all the way to the end of this series. I really don't want him to die.
I would just love if he just kept like coming in, watching stuff, and he doesn't do anything until the final episode. And then it's like, he spent the entire fucking time just trolling everybody. Like, just showing up and the actual thing that this reminds me of is my like freshman year of high school. Back when my school actually used to have like a considerable number of fights at it. But that was because we had a McDonald's way too close to it, and they let us have open lunch. But so at some point, like, you know, kids go there for fucking food. They go for lunch. Yeah. They go there after school. They go to the McDonald's. They're trying to get. It's America. We're trying to get that diabetes.
Yeah. You can't stop us.
But so
I do want the supersize option.
But so 2 girls, I guess, and I only know this because I heard about it and then someone filmed it. But 2 girls started fighting in the McDonald's parking lot, and there was it was like full on, you know, like just classic. There's a circle being formed around it, and people are like, "Oh shit!" and they're shouting at each other, like screaming back and forth, and like doing all this stuff. And in this video, a friend of mine, I'll say more of an acquaintance at this point, because he got weird. He's a weird guy, but he showed up. But so he's Party Central decides to show up, and he just jumps in between the 2 of them while they're like shouting back and forth, and decides to just like do a little dance in the middle of it between the 2 of them, just like, woo, yeah, all this stuff. And then the minute that like a the first punch got thrown or slap or whatever between the girls, you just see him go, "Oh shit!" and he just like leans his whole body back and just disappears into the crowd, a circle, like just gone. And that's exactly what Disaster is. That's all I see Disaster as at this point. It's like he could do something, or he could just show up and dance and just be like, "Oh, this is a real fight."
He can instigate the fight. He just won't participate in the fight.
Yeah,
that's what he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just kind of stands up.
Hey, but here's the thing. I do like this episode. There is some good stunt action work between Red and Kento as they fight.
Yeah, and Toma and Kento. There's a lot of good camera work with Kento's fight against Toma, and Toma's like fucking like super rave sword at this point because it's just glowing different colors at all points in time.
Also, Dragon's translucent. I didn't know that. I learned that this episode. Did you guys know that?
What the book?
The book is translucent.
Oh,
it's
it's
a translucent red.
I didn't know that until they showed it.
Yeah, I didn't realize that until he transformed in this episode.
Yeah.
Yeah, that book is... It's that translucent. Look, here's the thing, bro. Bandai loves their translucent plastic, alright? They love using that shit. Just hey, yo, check it out. We got translucent plastic on our toys. Now you stupid kids will buy this shit.
Hey, to be fair, it's better than like Bandai using cheap, shitty, like bad gold yellow, like for things that are supposed to be gold. Non-reflective. Listen, I don't care how many fingerprint marks I get on it. The only time that something should be printed in gold is if you're going to actually put it in reflective gold like coating. Don't give me any of that muted gold bullshit. You cowards.
Oh, that's right. Oh, and then you're forced to buy those gold markers to fix it yourself.
Yeah. Fuck that. But yeah, I find it funny though that like, I mean, I guess Toma does still beat Kento, but like, he pretty much one-sidedly beat the shit out of Zhao Dragon before. In Dragonic Knight form. Yeah. I don't see why he, like, even bothered, like, with him in...
No, look...
Elemental Dragon form? I mean, is it Primitive Elemental Dragon? Is it Primitive Dragon Elemental Dragon? I don't know how the fuck to call this.
Or something. But, like, I'm pretty sure it's because he's... Like, remember how we always complain, like, just use your strongest form, it'll be fine.
Yeah, to be fair, yeah, this is a time when he actually showed up and used his strongest form.
Yeah, I think he learned his lesson after a while.
Yeah, I just feel like he should have... I mean, I guess 3 minutes isn't, like, the shortest time. I just feel like he should have beaten Kento faster. I don't know.
Yeah, well, you know. I mean, he was just taking his time. I mean, to be fair, he's not trying to, like, kill him or anything, so maybe that's part of it, too.
Yeah, I guess that's true. But yeah,
oh, by the way, real quick, I just want to point out, so those flashback sequence with Kento explaining stuff from his dad, hey, keep in mind those footage, alright? Keep in mind those footage, okay, William?
Oh, okay.
Toei doesn't just randomly film new footage Toei does not film new footage for flashback sequence, okay? If they can't recycle that footage, alright?
Okay. I'll be sure to keep that
in
mind, then.
Let's not forget that we saw for the umpteenth time the fucking a small child gets sucked off into a dimensional portal.
I don't like how you said that.
I mean, it's the Batman's it's the Batman fucking getting his parents shot. It's the Uncle Ben getting murdered of this show. Like we have watched Luna. Luna has died on this show probably more times than she's said a full sentence.
I mean, she's not dead, really, so...
Okay, you know. I'm sorry. She's gotten, again, just pulled away into another dimension, unconsentingly.
Okay.
Like...
Yeah.
Also, is Luna's appearance in this episode the most she has ever appeared in the series up to this point?
She's shown up in, like...
I would say it's the longest she's... I would say it's the
longest in terms of screen time, right?
Yeah, per episode, yeah.
Yeah, she's shown up a good amount in this one.
Yeah, but those are like quick flashes and all that stuff.
I think the second one would be when she's like talking to Toma in a dream. You're like, help the child.
Yeah, but, okay, that doesn't count. That's a dream, all right. Dream sequence don't count.
Hold on. Hey, this brings a great. I've been meaning to ask this. This brings up a great point. Speaking of dream sequences. Okay. Slight aside. So you two consider yourselves to be versed in the terminology and methods of film and film study.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you know about the term the scale of verisimilitude?
Yeah.
How close to something being to reality is.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I knew I was done with taking film classes at MC.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
When I started taking a film class at MC, and the scale of verisimilitude got brought up. Mm-hmm. And Professor brought up, like, on one side of the scale, you got, like, the Lord of the Rings, right? On the other side of the scale, you got, like say the Taking of Pelham 1, 2, 3 with fucking Denzel Washington, like some fucking like some sort of fictionalization, but taking place in the real world. And I think he put the topic of like, okay, what else falls where on the scale of verisimilitude? And so like he put Star Trek over, like Star Trek and Star Wars over on the side with the Lord of the Rings. I went, okay, I guess that makes sense. Yeah. And then the topic of Inception got brought up. This is where the dream cut.
Okay, like, don't bring up Inception to me, alright?
He hasn't finished it yet either.
So real quick, before we get to that, I wanted to know, I have watched Inception up to the third act where I fell asleep watching it, alright? That is as far as of Inception.
Well, I've watched Inception up to and excluding all else, but the final part where he spins the dreidel. So that's about it. But so he put Inception closer to the middle, leaning over towards reality. I went, okay, so where do you put the Christopher Nolan Dark Knight movies? And he was like, I'd put them more on the side closer to the Star Trek and Lord of the Rings stuff. And I went,
Inception? Why is Inception?
So I went, how do you consider that less realistic than Inception? And all of a sudden, I find myself in a fucking asinine class discussion about how real dreams can be, and how some dreams stuff can be super realistic, and there's lucid dreaming, and the question of reality, and blah blah blah. And I'm going, motherfuckers, when I wake up from a dream, it's over. If a fucking man in a bat suit is driving a bat car, he's still driving a bat car. I'm not saying that it's real. I'm just saying that a dream is a dream. And fucking, like, how is that? What the fuck are you talking about? You fucking crazy people. And now I've kind of loaded my, like, question, but, like, tell me you understand where I'm coming from on this.
No, I mean, I get it.
Like, where on the scale of like, if you had to compare Inception, like, on that scale versus, like, the Dark Knight movies, like...
I mean, to be honest with you, I just put, like, both Dark Knight and Inception in the middle, because...
I mean, they're Christopher Nolan movies. They're both Christopher Nolan movies. I think that's probably why I brought it up. Was because I was like, okay, well, here's another fucking Christopher Nolan movie. I mean, yeah, I could have brought up fucking what's the one with Hugh Jackman, fucking
Prestige.
Yeah, I could have been like, Prestige. You fucking, what do you think about that?
That gets more. I mean, to be fair with that one, that if only because of the ending of the fucking shit, I would put that.
What do you mean the ending? The ending is just the reveal of how the ending is the reveal of how the whole movie was going.
No, the ending of the movie, remember, it was like they had the whole bunch of people and those, like, a whole bunch of other, I want to say other Hugh Jackmans in the fucking tanks.
Right. Which because the whole point was that he basically just developed cloning, and like, he wasn't really doing a fucking magic trick. He was just killing one clone and the other clone walks out. And it's like, oh man, what a fucking great magic trick. Haha, guess what? The real magic was all my dead clones all along. And it's like, okay, well, you're expecting me to believe that you had cloning technology this whole fucking time, like.
Yeah, but the thing is, because of the whole cloning thing, like, I mean, as much as it's a realistic thing, but the way they do it in the fucking movie, it's just kind of like, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't put it like all the way towards the left side of the scale if we're assuming that's where fantasy is. It'd be like from the middle, a little bit to the left, you know?
Yeah, it's just to it made me go, holy fucking shit! If I can't have a conversation with people about, like, just, if we're not operating in the same level of reality that dreams end and then you wake up and then the dream is over, I don't know how to, like, if you're starting to talk about, like, I'm not gonna just talk with a bunch of fucking, like, people who just dropped acid and want to tell me about how dreams are close to reality. I can't have that be my entire, like, semester. That's an insane fucking thing. Anyway, speaking of dreams, May is seeing shit in the sky.
Yeah.
So that won't be a problem. That won't be a problem coming up.
So she either turns into... Okay, place your bets. Does she turn into a Megiddo or what have you?
I'm gonna say she becomes a Megiddo, and they save her by turning her into a Kamen Rider. I'm still betting my money on her becoming a Kamen Rider.
Yeah.
Yeah, I still think I still think she's gonna become a Kamen Rider at this point.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, really? Like, I was like, hey, look, they got the Espada suit, all right? They need to use it, all right?
Yeah, they really do. They keep showing it at the end, even though it hasn't been used in. At this point, it's been used less. There have been less episodes with Espada in them than there have been without him.
Yeah. Yeah, that's very accurate, actually, because it's just like...
We're at 28 episodes, and it's been since, like, episode 13 since we last saw Espada, or something.
Yeah, it's been a long...
Yeah, not even Kento, but, like, Espada.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been a very long time for that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, also, but we forgot to mention that. Oh yeah, Red's sword gets stolen. It gets sealed. He loses his sword.
Oh yeah. He gets his. Yeah, Kento decides to put a chastity belt on his dog and fucking Kento neutered the shit out of fucking Ren.
I mean, I wouldn't put it like that, but yeah, that's a.
I would. Though.
Yeah, I know. That's why you're saying it.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh wait, when the fuck does that come out? Oh, the Blu-ray release. Okay, that's not gonna come out for a fucking while. Then never mind.
Are they talking about the movie?
Oh yeah, but by the way, they announced more spin-offs. By the way.
For what?
For Saber, they announced more spin-off for Sabers. By the way.
Oh.
Yeah.
I mean, aside from the manga.
Besides from the manga, we should cover. Actually, well, we can't because the website that was hosting the manga went down. It got hacked. That database. That manga database got hacked. Can't read it now. Really disappointed by that.
Amazing.
It's still shut down. Hasn't went up yet.
Yeah, we're talking about manga
another
decks,
spin-off.
Yeah.
Rest in peace, manga stream. Rest in peace. One manga. Hey, big ups. Big ups to those.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah. So they announced a spin-off that actually focused on what happened 15 years ago.
Oh shit, man.
Yeah. That actually features the previous generation of swordsmen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. But
anyway,
yeah.
Next episode was pretty tame.
Yeah. This episode is well, of course, because it was just it was like haha surprise filler episode.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, and then literally it was skippable until they inserted all the explanation of the series in.
Yeah.
I was literally about to start hitting fast forward on it, and then it was like, and then Yuri started talking, and I went, fuck, I guess I gotta listen to this shit.
Yeah, I gotta listen to my boy Yuri.
Yeah. But, hey, next week, maybe Rentaro might finally get to eat, some of May's yummy cream pie.
Oh,
I mean, Eclair.
God, stop. Can't wait to see how fucked up that gets, though.
Yeah.
I guess you could say things are taking a turn from being a Durando to a non-Durando. All right. That's the best I got.
I mean,
and Lion Jesus. All right. That's how I'm ending with this now. Lion Jesus.
God damn it.
That's right. All right, that's right.
No, you could say things might have been. They might have to run out of options.
There you go.
There you
That's
go.
a good.
And you might have said, "There's a meme here."
Oh.
I swear to God. I like it. Oh my God.
All right, that's it. That's this week's episode. Coronavirus is so thing. Wash your hands, wear a mask. Kate, thanks. Bye.